Tonight on Thursdays with Rob and Paul, we are getting into sexy Halloween costumes for dudes. Plus, we are talking about Rick Caruso's gaffe of not being a white man, but rather Latino. We'll get into that. Plus, Rob and I break down kids who are possessed. We talk a little bit about how we are not a Charles in Charge podcast and the differences between Charles in Charge and Who's the Boss. And also, we get into Tony Danza's bout of feeling less than as a maid when he works for Angela. That's right. All this and more on your premier vodcast, because that's what we are. Welcome to Thursdays with Rob and Paul. Yes.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Look what I found in my garage.
Comb?
Yeah, comb.
Is it anyone? Does it belong to anyone in your household?
We're not a comb family. So
I was gonna say a comb is like. Do you have like a drifter living in your?
I think we have a
shed?
drifter. We have a really handsome drifter who has like really great hair.
Wait, Rob, do you remember when we were shooting Human Giant? You were
already with the Human Giant stories.
Already with the Human Giant, because you reminded me of something when we were shooting Human Giant. You had to shoot like a bit where you were a grave digger, and you went into like a little shack.
Oh yeah,
remember what I'm leading you into? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yes. Yeah. You want the real story?
Well, yeah, I mean the real story, but what was on the walls and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, it was. We were shooting. I think that was one where I drank poison. Was that the one where?
Might have been. Yeah. Was that were we all drinking gasoline? Or
yeah. The gas guzzlers one, and then my guy. For some reason, we were shooting in the shed. I think we were shooting 2 sketches that day. So we're at a cemetery. So I had to come out of this shed, and it was a real shed at a real cemetery in New York, a very big cemetery. And I went in there and they were like, just go in there, turn out the lights. And then when we say action, come out the door. So I came out the door and I came out and I was like freaked out. And I was like, what's going on? I was like, there is a ton of porn in there, like a ton of porn. And that's just the reality. It was like the grave diggers hang out. And when they're not digging graves,
they're just looking at sweet bush.
Yeah, it was bleak. It was like, oh, this is real. Anyway, welcome to the show, everybody.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. Who's the boss? What's the name of the show?
It is the show title officially is Who's the Bossiest?
Who's the Bossiest?
Yeah. Who's the boss?
Who's the boss? Who's the boss of this show? Yeah. Oh, I'm just noticing that we're little guys
and,
being
we're little Samantha and little Jonathan. Yeah. But we know this. Everyone knows this. This is the only Who's the Boss recap show currently in production. And Rob, I got some big news for us.
What is it?
Well, we've been talking for a long time. Like, what is this? Is this a podcast? Is this a streaming show? And I found the term
because a lot of people say it's a podcast, and I don't know if that's what we're doing.
Well, Molly, do you have the slide? Because I'm going to show you what it is. Rob, I found out today that we are a vodcast.
A vodcast?
A vodcast.
Is everything on Twitch a vodcast?
No, a vodcast is Molly will pop up the definition that we found. I think a vodcast is commonly referred to as a video podcast. So this is technically a video podcast. It functions in the same way as a podcast, except instead of downloading audio files, they download corresponding video files to their portable media players. Your portable media player, like your Zune,
my Zune,
your Apple Newton, whatever you got there.
My flip phone.
Yeah, your Samsung Galaxy or
so the show is. Some people would also just call it a streaming show. I don't know, whatever. But
I like calling it a vodcast.
The point is, every week the show's getting bigger and bigger and so popular. I was walking down the street in my hometown where I live here in Alaska, and someone said, "Hey, it's the Who's the Boss guy." And I was like, "Whoa," I was so surprised. And then I turned the corner. Another person said, "Yo, I really love your vodcast." And I said,
Wow.
"I don't think that's what it is, but
Well, look, I mean, look, here's the thing. We've been doing this show
how long?"
as of in 2 days, it will be our 2-year anniversary of the retitling of this channel as Friend Zone. And we just recently stumbled into the Who's the Boss realm, but we found a void and we filled it,
I
in
know.
the podcast
Are you
space.
getting any feedback? I've been getting some negative feedback. Everyone emails me. Everyone knows
Yeah, of
my
course.
email address at my robhubel@aol.com. And a lot of people have said, I'll just read you some emails. Hey, it feels to me like the Who's the Boss thing is just kind of a fake thing. You guys never really talk about
What?
Who's the Boss. You don't seem to really know what it is. Rob, you don't even know all of the main characters. How can you call yourselves an official Who's the Boss vodcast if you don't?
Oh, I am sick to my stomach. Whoever wrote that has not listened and watched. We break down these episodes, and yeah, we run out of time.
That's the
But
problem.
that's the problem. We want it. I have look at all the notes. I have notes. I have pages and pages of notes.
I got
I've
so
been
many notes.
researching.
Look what I bought. I just bought a bunch of thumbtacks too. I figured because we're gonna
Yeah.
be talking about all these different ideas. I was gonna pin some ideas up on the cork board.
I love that. And that cork board is, it does make a lot of noise. But tonight, if we're not talking about the show, then I guess clearly we're not talking about season 7, episode 9, 4 Alarm Tony.
Yeah.
And a lot of people say, like, you should go in order. You should do it from season 1 because now we're confused. Where are the characters? We said we don't do it in order.
We don't do it in order. What we do is we take a in-depth look at the first line, and then we fast forward to the last line, and that's kind of our approach.
And we go deep into what it's saying about society, what was going on at the time. Obviously, this came out in 1990, and this was about Tony going too far and his enthusiasm as a volunteer fireman.
You don't have to tell me twice. I mean, it sounds like you're trying to talk me into the show. I'm not
trying to. I'm on board. I mean, this is one of the seminal episodes of the show because what happens is a la Backdraft, the Ron Howard classic, the movie that I think most of America still is talking about.
Yeah.
Houston, we have a fire, and that's how Backdraft got started. And what Tony starts doing is he starts setting fires all across Connecticut in an attempt to get called up as a volunteer fireman. And this is an important episode.
Now, wait a second. Not having it's been a while since I've seen this episode. Yeah. Is that a true plot synopsis that Tony starts living as an arsonist?
Well, Tony is so excited to be a volunteer fireman that he starts fires. But now here's the thing. He only does it in abandoned places. Okay. He never hurts anyone until, when you're an arsonist, you get this. Yeah. You got to get a flavor kind of a rush, of it. Yeah. Right. And he's like, the only thing I've never done is I've never rescued a child. Oh. And so what he does is he drops off Danny Pintaro, Jonathan, on the top of this department store, and he sets it ablaze, and it has a very heroic rescue at the end. And one of those things, thank you, Mega Gildy. Arsonists are kind of hot, and I get what you're saying there. Yeah. It's a double entendre, I think.
I don't think so.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah, I can't wait to get into the episode, but I wanted to address one more piece of
sure. Read the fan mail. Yeah.
Fan mail. I don't know if you could call it fan mail, Paul, because this one is a little bit negative.
Sure. I can take it.
Hey guys, big fan of your careers. Followed you guys in all of your great comedy projects. However, this vodcast, the Who's the Boss of this show, or Who's the Bossiest, is seems like a ripoff of my Charles in Charge vodcast.
Okay, this.
So there seems to be some confusion. I've heard this a lot, that people think that we are a Charles in Charge recap show.
Okay, this is.
What's your take on that when someone says that? I never know what to say.
I am so fucking happy that you brought this up, okay? Because
okay.
Charles in Charge is and yes, did it come out first? Absolutely. Is Who's the Boss ripping off Charles in Charge? I don't think so. Does it have what? And so what are the similarities? An Italian white man, taking care of a family. Okay, well,
there's millions of shows. LA Law does that. CSI Miami does that.
Yeah, all of the shows have an Italian man.
Of the show, most shows have that element.
You have a young, attractive girl, and Charles in Charge had 2. This is not a Charles in Charge podcast.
Paul. Sorry. I got to slow things down. Are you telling me that on Who's the Boss, you think Samantha, is that the girl? Is that the young child?
Samantha, Alyssa Milano.
You're saying that she's attractive?
Well, when I was growing up and watching the show, I had a poster of Alyssa Milano above my bed. Absolutely. I mean, it was normal because she was actually older than me.
Okay, that's what. Okay,
yes,
that's.
I'm not saying
qualify
now.
This.
No.
As an adult, even though you guys are, I don't know how old you are. I don't know how old she is. So you might be the same age.
We're not the same age.
Time in your life.
Yes. So in Amber, I lock my.
I just don't know if you can watch a show with an actor that is now an attractive adult and say,
"Let me amend it." Okay, and
we'll edit it. You know what we'll do?
We'll edit it out of the podcast.
We'll edit it out.
I'll say this. Charles in Charge had 2 young women in the house, but Who's the Boss had a smoking hot woman in the house, and that is Mona Hellman, who played Mona, or Catherine Hellman, technically. Right. I just call her Mona Hellman. But I mean, look, I kind of show you, I want to show you, look at the difference of this show. I mean, because I want to make sure.
I just don't think there's any comparison between these 2 shows. They're totally different.
They're totally
different.
They're so different. It makes me
I would even, I hate to, sometimes I just get so frustrated. I don't want to fight these people, but if we have to fight the people that are saying we're like Charles in Charge ripping them off, then we'll fight them.
By the way, look, I'm going to say that Charles in Charge walked where Who's the Boss could run, but let's take a look at Charles in Charge, because I really want to see, here we go.
Totally different.
Yeah. No baseball.
Is this really the theme song? That's like a murder anthem. This is not the theme song.
It is. This is before they upped. They basically, I think the show was not sexy enough.
Okay.
And then they upped the ante, because this is before they replaced the kids.
Okay.
Because all right, so that you saw that they kept some elements.
I just don't think there's any comparison between people that are lumping us together with Charles in Charge. Also, we have a con. Okay, there's a Who's the Boss.
Can I just play? Can I just show you what they did when they decided in season 1? And I love season 1 because season 1 was kid was weird. It was so fun, and then they did this. Same opening. Okay, right? Oh wait, maybe it's not. Hold on, we'll see in a second. Oh wait, no wait, it's not. It's hard to find the one with the girls in it. Hold on,
Is Scott Baio still alive?
Scott Baio is alive, I believe, and I think he is now very much a.
He's a QAnon guy.
Yeah, or he's definitely a guy that you're not going to want to hang out with. Yeah. I don't think. Here, I think this is the new theme song. All right, it's so hard to get it. All right, yeah. Yeah. Now I got it. Okay, I got it. Okay. I just needed to. All right. Yeah, this is. Oh, wait a second. God damn it! It's so hard to find the. Molly, can you help me find the second one? I'm going through. They did a lot of different theme songs for this show.
That's okay.
And all right, and I
I
just
mean,
feel like
I was just going to say that another big thing that differentiates us is that we have a con coming up,
oh yeah,
and it's going to
oh I got
be
it.
okay. Let's take a
No,
look.
sorry, I didn't mean. I
Oh,
want to talk about
Boston,
our
yeah.
con, and now I just want to be like, I want to just show you like how
I don't
Hollywood.
think I don't think there's any tickets left for the con.
No, our
I'm
con is
upset.
not. Yeah, sold out.
I'm upset because like my wife and kids wanted to go, and my cousins and my wife's cousins and my the in-laws, and I had to tell them, guys, go fuck yourselves. Like you
Well,
should have, give me your credit card, and I'll try, but I don't think I can. It's sold out. You
we
ain't
said
getting
this.
in.
We
I
said this
told
early
them. I
on.
told them. You
We
get your
said,
fucking tickets, and they didn't listen.
we told them early on. We said, no comps. And we
No
said that for
comps.
everybody. No
No
comps.
comps. Not
And
with
we
Harry
are
Styles there. Not with
Meghan
Halle
Markle.
Berry.
Meghan
Meghan
Markle.
Markle. Bro, you ain't getting a comp to this con.
Well, I got a big announcement here. One of the things that I wasn't supposed to announce, but I think we have to just because of this Charles in Charge business. Michelle and Barack Obama will be there, and they
Oh
will
my
be
gosh.
yeah,
Oh
they
my
will be
gosh.
doing
Oh my gosh.
a live reading
Oh my
of
god.
the proposal episode where
Oh my god.
with Tony and Angela. That is apparently their favorite show.
Oh.
And so Barack, and we do need to update the poster, the
To be
BossCon
clear,
poster.
can
Yeah.
I just drill down on this a little bit because I've been disappointed sometimes when you tell me big names. You're talking about the former president Barack Obama and the former first lady Michelle Obama?
Yes, Barack Obama, the former president of the United States.
Yes. Okay, great. We're talking
Yeah,
about
yeah,
the same person. Okay. Because sometimes you promote things in a little bit of a
no, I didn't know. A lot of people.
you'll hype something and then I'll find out later, oh, it's not exactly who I thought
I'll
it
put like a
was.
small asterisk next to
Yeah,
the
yeah.
word
I
Barack.
just don't like whenever I see an asterisk, I don't like it.
Well, but somebody did ask this, and this is true. I want to address this right out of the gate. Is this what we were holding back last week? No. That was not. That is.
Can we say what we were holding back last week?
Not yet.
Not yet.
But
can we tell them this?
Yeah.
We got a big call on Monday to figure.
Big call.
We got a big.
People
may not know what we're talking about. So real quick, we'll just tease it.
This December.
I almost said it.
Oh, yeah. No. This December, we are doing something that has never been done before.
On Twitch.
On
this show.
On this show for two special shows, a Friday and a Saturday show. Correct. We'll get into more details soon, but we can't say anything more than this. But you're going to want to be there. This is not a joke. This is not a bit.
It's not a joke. It seems like we're doing a bit.
It does seem like a bit.
We do a lot of bits.
We do a lot of
half-baked.
A lot of half-baked bits.
Joking around. But this is not. And I'm worried that when people find out what we're doing on Twitch, there's going to be bribes.
There's going to be
get in on what we're doing.
All right. Here's the other thing that, again, in the world of not a bit, another person was added to BossCon, and this is something that I've been working on for a very long time.
Yeah.
Rob, we have a very special guest for when we do our live show, our live show, which we're doing the pilot, I believe.
Wait, BossCon or the other show that we're doing?
No, this is BossCon.
Okay.
For BossCon, we have a very special guest. And what I got from her representatives was she doesn't like to do a lot of press, but she is coming out to this.
Who is it?
Shelley Miscavige.
The wife of David Miscavige from Scientology that no one has heard from in years. It was sent away to like a slave camp to break rocks with her bare hands.
I don't know if that if we have enough time, we can maybe ask her about that. But I really want to focus. I want to drill down on the pilot episode of Who's the Boss when we were talking about it.
There's going to be more pressing questions to ask Shelley Miscavige.
Well, look,
she's been missing for years.
I understand
the wife of the main guy in Scientology has been missing for years. And he legit had her shipped off to some slave camp somewhere out in the desert.
But you know what? Look, if we have enough time, we will ask. And it's not Miss Cabbage.
I could
Shelley,
see why. I knew that people would be confused. Can you throw that graphic up again, Paul? Because when you say Miss Cabbage,
Shelley Miss Cabbage.
Sounded like Shelley Miss Cabbage, and I was worried that people would, because the audience, our viewers, are. I'm worried that they're not.
To you for a second?
Yeah. Let's go off the air.
Okay, all right.
Here, we'll come back to the show in just a second.
Okay,
go behind the scenes.
Rob, I remember before you said it.
The audience is that smart.
Oh no, I mean, but I actually think I agree. I also,
I'm worried that a lot of the people that watch this show have been in serious car accidents and have head trauma.
I mean, Miss Cabbage. What would that even be? Is that like a Muppet?
When that person said Miss Cabbage, I was like, these people are fucking idiots.
Fucking idiot.
I know. But the thing is that, and we should go.
Yeah, let's go back.
Let's go back in just a second. I was just going to say that when we go to BossCon, we're going to have so much intercourse.
Oh my gosh. It's going to be the best.
It's going to be great.
We're going to soak it up. All right, let's go back. All right. Hey, everybody. So sorry.
Hey, welcome back to the show, guys. Welcome back.
We have so much to talk about.
We got a lot to get to.
I just
want
to,
yeah. Well, at some point I wanted to show you, I'm worried about some of the costumes this year for kids. They're too satanic.
Oh yeah. Oh,
they're too satanic.
Yes. I want to look at this with you as well, because
we got a lot. We can talk about this. I'm just worried about the kids' costumes.
Well, I look, Rob, I too am worried about kids and their costumes, because you know what? I think that sometimes we can do things where we objectify kids, or we make them maybe dress up in things that they don't even know what they're doing. Like sometimes I see a baby, I'm like, how could you even be a fan of this? I don't even think you can speak, you know?
Yeah.
You know, and I saw a few out here, and I wanted to kind of get your take on these, because I know you are kind of a costume connoisseur.
I'm a costume connoisseur, and I'm worried about the influence of Satan in pop culture, and so many kids' costumes these days. You can feel the evil coming off the kids. You know, I don't want demons to swarm us and bite us. You know.
Well, look, you know, when you play with the devil, you can't complain that I thought you were
going to nail it. No, I thought you were going to say, you play with the devil, you get the horns.
Oh, how about you play with the devil, you get burned, or you get the horns.
Okay. I mean, you know, it's a little clunky, but
okay. All right.
I think we're both saying the same thing.
When you play with the devil in the sandbox, you're going to get Sandy. Maybe. I don't know. All right. Anyway. All right. So, Rob, you've collected a bunch of children's costumes.
These are just kids in my neighborhood. Yeah. I've been going around and I knock on people's door and I say, hey, you got kids? And they go, most of my neighbors do. And I say, you mind if I take a picture of them and see what they're going to wear? And they say, right now, it's like dinner time. My kid's not in their Halloween costume. I say, will you fucking put them in their fucking costume?
Yeah.
And that's how I got a lot of these pictures.
All right. Well, let's check it out. So this one we got right here.
Okay. Now, this guy lives across the street from me. And at first glance, you might think this is a full-grown man. Okay.
Well, yeah, but I mean, this is the
closer.
Dad, right?
No, it's not. That's what I thought. This is not an adult.
All right. Well, first of all, he's got a life-size axe.
Look closer, Paul. It's a baby.
Well, babies don't have beards, Rob.
Huh? He doesn't. It's a fake beard. This is a costume. And the hat, he's wearing a little lumberjack hat to disguise the fact that he's bald. He doesn't have hair because he hasn't grown any hair because he's a baby. He doesn't even know how to handle that axe. He's got it backwards.
Witch.
Yeah, could be a witch. Anyway, satanic. You know what I mean? So
absolutely.
I told my neighbor, I said, good luck. This kid's got demons crawling all over him.
What's the next one, Molly?
Okay, oh God. Obviously evil. I don't even know if this is from a movie or whatever.
That's Annabelle.
Oh, it must be Annabelle. You're right.
But here's the thing: is that kid a fan of Annabelle? Like, this is what
never seen it. Never seen the movie.
Never saw it.
This is a neighbor of mine who, they love to dress their kids up like it. This kid happens to look exactly like Annabelle.
I mean, I guess if your kid does look like Annabelle, you got to do it. I mean,
at least she's holding the knife properly. I haven't seen the movie Annabelle. Have you seen it? Does Annabelle stab people?
well, Annabelle is like a
She's a
spinoff
doll.
of The Conjuring, right? Like, yeah, she's a doll.
Yeah, it's like a haunted doll.
It's
right?
like Chucky, but like arty. It's like an arty Chucky.
I gotcha. Okay. Anyway, too satanic for me. No, thank you. Demon.
All right, well, next one. Oh God.
Okay. Now, this one I found out. I thought this was, of course, Chucky, right? You look at it and you think,
Chucky.
oh, this is Chucky. Turned out it was not Chucky. This was just my neighbor's kid that had just slipped and fallen on the playground at school. Yeah, he just.
Oh, what a cutie. And
yeah, super cute. And no offense, not satanic, not a demon, not a satanic doll.
And is he carrying a Apple
He's got
TV
a knife.
remote?
That's
a knife. Oh,
that's a knife. Yeah,
now
you can see the blade. Okay. Yeah. He does carry it, but he carries this knife for protection. Again, not Chucky, just a kid that fell down on the playground and had an accident. Yeah.
Oh,
and God bless him. Up. Speedy
God
recovery.
Him. All right, next one. Oh God.
You know, who lets their kid dress up like this and walk around with? I found out these are real arms,
real
and
body
legs,
parts,
real body parts. And real
God.
blood and the whole thing, the satanic, demonic. I don't like it. Look at the ground that he's standing on is dead all around him. And you look just beyond him, the grass is green. Look where he's standing, the grass is brown. Why? Because he's a demon.
I also don't understand why, as a demon zombie, he's carrying his food with him. Like, is this like a to-go? Is this some sort of like a...
That's a good question. You never see that in zombie movies. You don't know about like food storage.
Yeah, it seems like you just take a bite and you move on. You don't kind of like go like, I'm going to, like you're taking some for the road.
Like a sandwich.
Yeah.
Great question, Paul. I've never understood whether zombies are eating for hunger or eating because they're just driven by their lust for...
Or maybe
brains.
Zombies are like squirrels and they know, like, look, I got a couple good humans
save it
today.
Up. Yeah, I'll save
it up. I'll put in. But the thing about human flesh is it doesn't stay. It just doesn't.
Yeah. It doesn't stay.
All right. Next one.
Yeah, this kid's evil. Okay, this. A lot of people look at this and they say, well, I don't even get it. I mean, how is this child able to sever her own head and carry it around on a plate like that? This must be some kind of illusion. It's not. It's a demon. This is a demon come to Earth, walking around, and can take her head off at any time.
Okay? I'm going to say this though again, Rob. I know that these are your next door neighbors and you're good friends with them.
Yeah.
This is disturbing. Like, this is straight up like, because this is not the child's idea. The child's idea is not, Mom, Dad, let me have my head on a plate. Now, I will tell you, when I was a kid, I was a little bit older. I was in 6th grade. Yeah. I was a headless man. And
how'd you do it? How did you do it?
They sold a costume. And so, like, where the tie was, your eyes could, like, look out. Okay. And then you would carry a head in your...
Yeah, so the head was fake. This is real. This is real. This is not, nothing on here is fake. Her arms and legs are work, and she's walking down the street and she's carrying her severed head because she's from hell.
Oh my
God. I
Awful.
don't, but you're right. Yeah, I don't know how the parents are like, okay, honey, look, it's gonna be, you're gonna go viral. There's going to be tons of pictures of it.
I liked simple costumes. Like when my kid was a little baby, we had a friend who had a kid named Jack, and they put him in a pot, and they said jackpot. That was cute. A
real pot of real like boiling water. I mean,
no, it was an empty pot.
Okay.
But it was a great way to carry him around the neighborhood because.
Yeah. Can you explain it to me again? I'm trying to get the joke.
Sure.
So he's little.
Little kid.
Yeah.
Fits in a pot.
And what's his name?
Jack. Jackpot.
I just get, for some reason, I'm not getting it. So he is.
Well, it's like a lobster thing, I think.
Yeah, but he's in the pot.
Yeah, so he's a.
And his name is.
Well,
Jack.
you ever go to a casino?
Yeah, all the time.
All right. So when you're at the casino, what are you hoping you're going to get when you're playing your slots, your games?
Jackpot?
Yeah. So now
I know that.
but-
Oh no,
yeah,
I know that there is a word called jackpot.
Okay.
I don't understand why a kid in a pot whose name is Jack.
It's a jackpot.
I
It's a
mean,
jackpot.
we'll have to talk about it off the
All right,
air
we'll talk
after
about it
the
out.
show.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
Let me
get-
write it down because I
All
gotta remember this.
It's not Jack Stew. No, it's not. It's not Jack is in a pot. No.
Mhm.
Somebody said they might be Jim Hammer for Halloween. If you are the Hammer for Halloween, please send us the picture.
I think you could do it in Texas. By the way, we should double back and show some Jack the. Is it Jim the Hammer or Jack the Hammer?
I just know it's the Hammer.
It's the Hammer.
I don't.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. The pot calling the kettle Jack. Also, Jackpot did have some coins coming out of it. All right, let's take a look at more of these demonic things.
Oh, now I get it. Okay, look,
no.
Hellraiser, Pinhead.
Wait, is that a boy or a girl?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I know it doesn't matter,
it's
but
just
if
satanic,
it's
satanic, Paul. It's a demon.
too much
from hell.
flesh.
Too
By the way,
much.
it's a Hellraiser is a sensual demon.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's a was it a Cenobite? And
What does that mean?
a Cenobite, basically what they do is they edge you for eternity. So they get you so close to pleasure, but then they pull it away from you. So you basically
You're throwing out the term edging.
Yeah.
As if everyone is familiar with that term.
Well, I assume that we have an audience that is very familiar with edging. I mean,
that's what most people. That's
how most people watch this show.
Okay. Is that true in the plot of Hellraiser that it's a sensual? Okay.
Basically it's like people go to find the most, intense experience, and then they get like it's a little S&M-y. I mean, that's the whole idea. Pinhead here is kind of an S&M, like they've mixed pleasure and pain together in one.
Well, do you think that this child, let's agree that this is a child and not a short adult, this child has seen the movie?
I hope not. I hope not. I mean,
so do they know what they're doing?
That's my issue. Don't put kids in situations where they don't know what they're doing, like this picture.
Okay. Now, in all fairness, this kid knows exactly what he's doing.
Really?
Okay? Yeah, he lives down the street from me. It's Doug Branfordson and
Doug Branfordson's son or Doug Branfordson Jr.?
No, this is Doug Branfordson's, and this guy's a fucking dick. He's a real asshole. And this isn't even a costume. I knocked on the door and I said, "What's he going to be for Halloween?" And my friend Steve said, "Who, Doug Branfordson?" And I said, "Yeah, what's he going to be?" And he said, "I don't know. Let's wake him up." And so he woke him up and he goes, and he's wearing this shirt.
Wow, he sleeps on cinder blocks like that. That's what you know.
Yeah, he's in his bed. He's lying down in his bed, and his dad took this picture.
Wow. That
So those are some of the hot costumes for kids. I'm against it. I'm here to protect kids. The kids are the future. That's what I always say. I've always said
You've always said that. And when Whitney Houston ripped you off, I didn't say anything because she had a lot more
I had nothing to do. I had nothing to do with her death.
Well, no one said that you did.
I didn't.
Okay.
How could I? I was here at my home.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, if you
right.
I'm not gonna press it.
Well, please don't.
I won't.
If you know what's good for you. Now, what are your kids gonna be for Halloween? Or did you? Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell you, my kids, one is undecided. One is going to be a Minecraft zombie pig. Now, does that son play Minecraft? No.
Not at all. How does either Vanilla Ice or Twanch, how do they know about a Minecraft zombie pig if they don't play Minecraft?
They have seen images of Minecraft.
Okay.
And we were in that French department store, Target, and we saw one of the costumes, and he
Oh, I
very
see.
pointedly was like, "That's what I'm going to be." And I said, "Are you sure? Do you even know what that is?" And
Yeah.
he's like, "Yes and yes." And he's a zombie pig. Now, my other son, Vanilla Ice, he wants to be Neymar, not from Wakanda Forever. That's Namor. He wants to be Neymar, the soccer player who plays for Paris United.
Can I save him? Can I save him some time?
Yeah.
No one's going to get it.
Well,
no one's going to get it. Everyone's going to
you-
go, "Oh, cool. Did you have a soccer game today?"
Yep.
And he's going to say,
absolutely.
"No." He's like, unless he has the name on the back of the jersey.
He does have the name on the back of his jersey. And let me tell you, Rob, I worked many an eBay auction to get that because I was not paying full price for that outfit, considering that he already has other Paris jerseys. And but he wanted to have.
Wait, someone in the chat says, is Neymar the guy who supports Bolsonaro in Brazil, the dictator in Brazil?
I did not go deep on his politics.
His politics.
I probably should have. But then after I did win that eBay competition or auction, he did tell me maybe a scary clown. So that's also in contention.
Okay.
You know. He definitely does. People are saying that Neymar definitely does support Bolsonaro. The other one here,
because we've talked about this before, and I think I know where you stand on this, but like, my wife for years loves to dress up as something very sexy for Halloween.
I'm
very
happy
sexy. It's gotten like so sexual around my house on Halloween. It's like, rated PG-13 or whatever it is, rated R, but my point is
probably rated R.
My point is that's not my thing. I tell my wife, I say, "Hey, I don't see you that way. You're a mom now, and that kind of garbage has no place in our house. You cover yourself up, and so we've been fighting about that. But also secretly, I've been talking to my therapist. Secretly, I think what it is that I'm jealous. I'm jealous.
Rob, I am so with you. Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, well, I'm just jealous that for centuries, women have gotten to dress up in these very sexy outfits to, obviously get our penises engorged with blood and stiff, whatever. But
when you say it like that, it's so. Remember, we have children watching. The majority of our audience is children.
Kids. Yeah. But there's no equivalent for men. We don't have,
Rob, you've
chance to wear anything sexy.
You've come to the right place because I've noticed a disturbing trend. There are always sexy costumes for women, but there aren't sexy costumes for men. And that's why this year I have spent all of my money investing in a costume company that will provide sexy outfits for men this Halloween. Because you know what? We need to bring the sexy back. Okay. Like,
let me ask you a question. Are you talking about an investment opportunity? You're starting a company?
I'm not starting a company per se. I have invested heavily in a company to make sexy costumes for men because you know what? If women are out there in sexy costumes, the least we can do as men is meet them. Like we're not, let's go out there or women have carried the torch of sexy costumes for far too long. Let's stop the madness.
Like weirdo Pepe graphics on our show. Anyway,
well, Pepe is just like some people will take it back, I think. But anyway, let me show you what I got. Let me show you what I got. This is obviously sexy Joe Biden.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, so you can go.
Hold on. This is because that's sexy Joe Biden.
Sexy Joe Biden. The hat is optional.
Okay.
But I thought that basically,
is
right
this
now,
like a skin suit what am I buying exactly?
You're buying the jeans, the dungarees. You're buying the dungarees and the hat.
Okay.
So
the mustache, the
mustache, you don't have to shave your own mustache.
Okay. This is not a mask that I'm going to get in the mail.
No mask. No, this is just a chance for men to like a lot of people are very excited about. People call it like Dark Brandon right now. Joe Biden has had a lot of small victories that have been leading up to kind of the president that a lot of people wanted him to be right when he got in. And now what better way to celebrate him than dressing as sexy Joe Biden? We'll send you the dungarees.
Okay.
And we'll send you the hat. And obviously the hat is just, it's fun, it's flirty, it's sexy.
It is very sexy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember when Joe Biden has worn a tiny little hat like that. I mean, look, I
You
love
could
it.
look it up. He's had a career of
I'll
service. I'm
Google it.
sure
I'll
he
Google
he
it.
definitely has worn a hat like that. Now check out this next one.
Yeah.
This is what's the biggest thing right now? Well,
Whoa.
yeah. All right. Everyone loves Jason Momoa, right?
Yeah.
And so
Are
for me,
those hearts shaved into his chest and lower stomach?
yeah, they are. They are
Okay.
indeed. And this is a
And
way to be.
this is a Jason Momoa outfit?
This is a Jason Momoa outfit. You see, we'll give you the extension so your hair can go there, and we'll give you a razor. A lot of people, we figured a lot of people heart Jason Momoa.
Ah.
So that is just a quick
Oh,
way to, yeah,
sorry. I feel like I don't get what you just said. A lot of people heart
heart.
Jason Momoa.
So why don't we?
This is like the jackpot
You
thing.
know what? I think did my camera just go out? Can you
I think
hear me still?
yeah, we can hear you, but your camera went out.
All
It
right,
might
hold
be
on.
better. It might be better like this.
This might be like a very exciting.
I don't dislike this Jason Momoa look. My question again is, what do I get? Do I get the wig? Do I get
the
a
wig
razor?
extensions?
Okay,
The wig extensions, for sure.
Yeah.
And then you also get
a
a
razor.
razor. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And one second, Rob. I'm gonna continue my presentation. I just have to check if something has become unplugged. My dog likes to sleep under my desk, and
Okay.
he might have unplugged something. Let me just go take a quick look here.
No problem.
I'm gonna throw you up there for a second.
While you're doing that, you can bring me full screen, and I'll make some calls. Hello. Yeah. This is he. What? No. I'm on a show with him right now. He didn't. Officer, no. I'm telling you. No, usually on Thursdays he's here. I would be very shocked. Murder? Oh my gosh. Are you sure it's spelled the same way? Scheer's a very common name. No. I don't want it to be true. I don't think it is. I'll try to get it out of him. Well, I'm on a show with him right now. It's like I think he called it a vodcast. No, it's confusing. It's just on Twitch. It's like a TV show, but it's just me and Paul. Yeah, I would be very surprised. No, he doesn't ever talk about eating human flesh. Why would he? You can do that? You can track down what he's been watching on Netflix, and he's been watching the Jeffrey Dahmer movie? And you think that's a connection? Officer, look, I've known him for a long time. I can't go undercover. He'll know it's me. He will know that it's me. It's like a fucking live streaming show. A lot of people do it and they're just playing video games. But Paul and I started doing a comedy, like a small C comedy show, where we're mostly just dicking around. And yeah, we'll show pictures of stuff and, but the main thing is that we talk about who's the boss all the time. And if you ever have any questions about who's the boss, I'm sorry? I don't know how to cook human flesh. Because it's not my thing. I don't kill and eat people. No, I misspoke. I didn't mean that Paul does that. I'm saying that that's what you're saying that he does. No, he's a nice guy. He's got 2 kids, Vanilla Ice and Twanch. His wife is very famous, June Diane Raphael. And yeah, is she okay? What? No. Miss Cabbage?
Do you live in the greater Los Angeles area? Was your dog stolen from outside your local Ralph's? Are you afraid your pup was sold on the black market? Well, Paul Scheer definitely isn't responsible for your missing dog.
I'm furious about that. I leave for 1 second and you bring up this allegation about me stealing dogs.
How are you, buddy? Did you fix you fixed everything? I got a strange call there in the middle.
Cooking some stuff. I've been cooking some stuff, and I think all the heat from I've been making these stews, and the heat from the kitchen, I think maybe just affected some of the wires.
Well, let me ask you a question, and I'm just gonna. This is crazy. I can't believe that I'm doing this right now. When I walked by your house the other day, there was a stench of I don't know whether your refrigerator was on the fritz or something, but like it just smelled like meat. It was like a stinking
had some pork chops.
Okay.
Some pork chops. Some pork chops have gone bad. Bad pork chops.
Can I ask you? And you, I'll only ask you this one time, and then we can keep the show going.
Okay.
Did you kill and cook Shelly Miss Cabbage? Just say it. Yes or no?
Cop?
No, I'm not a cop. I'm not
a cop.
I'm not a cop. That's not the answer, Paul, that I want.
Okay, I watched Nailed It and I learned how to cook. I watched Dahmer and forget it.
All right, let's just keep going.
All right, so Rob, obviously
sexy men's costumes. Jason Momoa, back into it. Love it. You get the wig, you get the razor.
Yeah. All right, now Rob, here's the next thing. What's hot right now? Pickleball is the hottest sport out there.
Everyone loves pickleball.
This is a chance for you to be a sexy pickleball player. We'll give you the paddle, we'll give you the ball, we'll give you the armbands and the sunglasses. All you need to bring is that sexy bod.
I love it. I love it. I think this is going to be super popular.
And some people call it Pickle Brandon. Look, I'm not judging what you look like. Joe Biden might want to go as a sexy pickleball player, but that you can look any way you want. I mean, if you look like Joe Biden and you dress it like, people might think, oh, what are you, Joe Biden playing pickleball? Or are you like Biden ball or pickle Biden?
Did I see? Are you building up to a plug for a new Netflix?
I'm not. I am not. It's not a Netflix show. It's a CBS show, November 19th.
What is the show? I saw it on your Instagram on November 19th on CBS.
Rob, in a little bit of time in November, Stephen Colbert is hosting the first ever Pickleball Invitational. And I will be playing pickleball on television, which is I'm much better now than when I was.
Have you already taped the show?
We have taped the show.
Okay. Can you tell me you're not allowed to discuss the results of the show?
I'm not allowed to discuss the results or who my partner was.
Okay.
But
did you kill and eat your partner?
Did I kill and eat my partner? Again, Rob, a lot of this stuff is under NDAs right now, and you'll see in the special.
Okay.
But it's going to be a pickleball special. Bunch of people that playing pickleball. And let me tell you, it was serious.
I bet it was. Where did you film it?
We filmed it in a country club here out in Los Angeles, about 40 minutes away. They built a stadium that felt like a miniature version of like Arthur Ashe Stadium. They had a big giant audience. It was outdoors. John Michael Higgins did courtside commentary.
Oh, great.
We actually had real sportscasters overlooking the stadium, giving play-by-play. It was a very big day. Will Ferrell.
Did June Diane Raphael participate?
She did indeed.
She's really good at pickleball.
She's very good. She's a beast at the net. Okay. And I've invited you over to play pickleball with us. You can come over anytime. We have a lot of fun.
I was coming over, and then I got close to the house, and it just smelled like
my pork chops.
A meat smell that I've never smelled before.
It was pork chops. My refrigerator broke. It was pork chops.
Some people in the chat are asking, what is pickleball?
Pickleball, for all intents and purposes, is kind of like it's kind of like ping pong and tennis mixed. It's taken the nation by storm. A lot of tennis
which
people hate it.
nation? This nation?
American Nation,
Okay.
American Warrior Ninja Nation.
Okay.
No, it's actually really fun. We built a small pickleball court in our driveway, and we play with people every Sunday, and
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun. I also have been playing tennis. That was my pandemic hobby, and now I have played both, and it's a blast. It's very easy to learn and very hard to master, but you can have somebody like in the pickleball championship, you can have somebody like Louis Guzman or
Mhm.
Sugar Ray Leonard
Yeah.
playing people like Dirks Bentley or Phil Kogan, Emma Watson,
That
Will Ferrell,
reminds
Tig
me.
Notaro.
That reminds me, I played in a golf tournament the other day, no big deal. And one of the guys that I played with, I don't want to say who it was because this is kind of his story, but he has a very funny story where he was going to play golf randomly in LA with another comedian who I didn't know. He was like, "Do you know this guy?" And I was like, "I don't know that guy." But the other guy was like a big Boston. Both these guys are big Boston comics. And they get to the golf course, not a country club. This is like a public golf course in LA where me and some other of your friends play
Yeah.
a lot. So they got there and it was just the two of them. And so typically what the golf course will do is pair you up with another twosome.
Sure.
And he looked and it was fucking OJ Simpson. And this comedian was like so psyched because he was like, I'm going to get so much insane material. This is going to be amazing. The other comedian who I didn't know goes, fuck that. I'm not playing with this fucking guy. He's a fucking murderer. And OJ like walked away. And so they didn't get to play golf with him.
By the way, I think
which
that's
is the right answer.
The right answer.
Choice.
It is the right choice.
Yeah.
But
I was like, good for him, but also would have been a great story to be like.
I know it would. Yeah, I know. It's like, oh, it's a real tricky one. All right. So wait, hold on one second, Rob. Okay. I want to show you one more of these costumes. Like two more actually.
Okay.
Sexy costumes again.
I had to take a break because this is a little TMI, but I was getting very engorged.
I know. Well, finally men can look sexy. And you know what? Women have been dressing as sexy cats for a long time. And that now will be matched by this. That's right. Sexy man cat. Why do sexy cats just have to be women? We'll give you the mask.
This is so sexy.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, you got your pickup truck. You got your shirtless, hairy back, you got a underarm tattoo, it looks like, and then you got the cat. I mean,
the peace
cat
fish.
head
Is no longer are sexy cats and kittens just for women. It can also be for dudes. And finally, I think we've seen a lot of cute princesses, and I'm not, shaming anybody by like sexy or slutty princesses, but why not have a sexy, slutty Cinderella as a man? And there you go.
Yeah.
You can get all your wishes will come true. All you got to do is lift up that skirt and rub the genie. You know what I'm saying?
Did you Google, like, how did you collect these images? I would like to see your Google search history. Or did you take any of these pictures? That looks like that last one looks like it was taken in a studio.
A lot of these were taken in studio. No, I will say this. Thank goodness we've been doing this show for over 2 years, and our producer Molly Reynolds is amazing, and that's her internet search engine. Okay. I just started her off on a path, and she found some really good ones. And I'm sorry, Molly. But
look, I mean, there are worse ways to spend your day than combing through the dark underbelly of the internet to find that stuff. I'm a fan of that stuff.
I love that stuff. Rob, can I tell you one thing that happened to me this week?
I wish you would, because I feel like I think I know where you're going with this, and this has been on your mind a lot. You seem upset about it.
Well, okay. So I actually want to hear your opinion about this in a very honest way. Like, all bits aside.
No bullshit.
No bullshit. So at my son's school, they had a Ninja Warrior course come. The kids had to raise money.
Officially licensed?
Yeah,
Or,
well, like called like the Ninja Training Course. Like the kids had
not
to raise,
officially, not affiliated with NBC Universal.
no.
Okay.
And so the kids had to raise money to race on this course, and it
Jeez.
was super fun. They set it up in on the football field, and everyone from kindergarteners all the way up through high school got to run the course. It was a pretty intense course. And at the end of the course, just like the end of American Ninja Warrior, if you're not familiar, they have a thing called a work wall, or sorry, they have a thing called a warp wall. Yeah. And I'll show you a picture of that. Let me just
run up that. It's like a curved.
Yes, I'm going to show you. Sorry, I when I disconnected my camera there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there it is. Right. So
really
that's
hard.
what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so they had two sides of it, one a little bit lower and one a little bit higher. And my oldest son, who is 8, tried to get it and he couldn't get it. And tried again and he couldn't get it. And they only let you have 2 chances at it. And so
and then what do they do? They throw you in like a big pot of like boiling water, or what
they just yell, "You failed!" And then
okay.
and then they put you in a jackpot.
That's not so bad.
No,
I don't get it.
And so so he comes home and we're having dinner and he says, I'm thinking of asking Santa for a warp wall. And I go, huh. And then my wife, she says, oh, that's a great idea. And I look over at her, I go, what do you mean it's a great idea? And she's like, well, we could do that. And I go, you want to build a 10-foot tall wall in our backyard so our son can run up it? And then once he runs up it, what next? And she's like, no, it will be fun. I go, it's not fun. There's nothing there. And so this conversation, it keeps on going. And June's like, I think it will be a lot of good. I think it'll be a good time. And he can have friends over. And I go, and what? Run up the wall? How many times are you going to run up a wall? And then, and so we start going back and forth. And at a certain point, it's getting like heated because I'm like, I think it's stupid. And I go, I think it's the dumbest thing you could possibly do is put a 10-foot tall wall that has no other purpose than to run up. And then my son leaves the table in tears, like crying as if I took away everything good in his life. He's like, oh, you called it stupid. The reason why I called it stupid, the reason why I was upset about it was because it seems dangerous to me. I have an 8-year-old son. It seems like you shouldn't be running up a wall. And I go, I say to him, I go, Vanilla Ice. Here's what I call my son. I say, Vanilla Ice. I go, the reason why I don't want you to have this is not only do I think it's stupid, but I'm more concerned that you're going to get really hurt. And he goes, well, no one gets hurt on it. No one gets hurt on it. I go, all right, let me Google it. And so I Google it right away. And the first thing up is Achilles Ripper is what they call the warp wall. The Achilles Ripper. The next article, and I start reading it out loud, I go, Achilles Ripper. And then the next article is like, mother of 5 still with traumatic brain injury after accident on warp wall at American Ninja Warrior. I'm like, Vanilla Ice, we can't get this. I said, because once you get good at it, you'll get cocky with it. And then all of a sudden, you'll bang yourself up. And I said, but if you want to practice, and I appreciate that you really want to go and try to accomplish this thing. I want you to accomplish this thing. I was like, I will take you to one of those gyms where they have all that stuff. I know where it is. And I was like, we'll go and we'll do it. And he's like, really? I go, yes, we'll go do it. So we go to this gym where he starts running up the wall and he's doing it. He's trying it. And
blew out his Achilles.
Blew out his, not yet. So then we get there and then this kid runs up in front of him and he gets to the top and everyone's like, yeah. And then the fear of God connects. And Molly, can we pop up that slide? Then he's at the top and he's like, I'm not coming down.
How do you get down?
If you look to the right there's a fireman's pole. And so you just jump on the fireman's pole and you slide down. And the kid's like, I'm just not coming down.
This is your kid?
This is just a kid.
Okay.
A kid that's now.
Why are you protecting this kid's identity? Or is this what he looks like?
He did look like a little sack. I just figured it's not. Look. If,
Okay.
I
This
don't
is
wanna,
a real kid. Okay.
a real
Okay.
kid. Yeah, this is a real kid
Yeah,
and
I forgot.
yeah, and so he's like up there and he won't come down. And then everyone's like, no, you can come down, And so then people are trying to show him how to use the fireman's pole. So check out this next picture, right? And he's like trying and he's doing it. And so the attendant at Sky Zone says, hey, everybody, I know a way to get him down. Everyone take out your cameras and make a TikTok saying this is a kid who's who can't get down a 10-foot wall.
Shut the fuck up.
So everyone starts pulling
this
out
monster who's at the bottom of the stripper
No,
pole?
I think that might have been his dad.
Okay.
And so because the dad is trying to show him how to hold on. We're all trying to show him how to hold on. And everyone now is taping TikToks of this kid stuck on the thing. And so he's now getting, I don't think he's even registering it. He's just like, I'm not coming down. Like he's just adamantly, I'm not coming down.
Yeah.
And so we're all like trying to figure it out. And then like the attendant's like, oh, fine. He's like, normally the TikTok works. Now I guess we got to go get a ladder.
Oh my God.
So he brings over a ladder, right? They bring it over and they bring over a ladder in a way that's like the least they could possibly do is get this ladder over here. The kid doesn't really know how to get down the ladder. They get him down the ladder.
The woman's laughing at him. Everyone's laughing at him. So his dad like gets him at the bottom. He's like, are you okay? And then his brother runs up to him and goes, you're such a fucking dumbass, and slaps him hard across the face. No, Paul.
Yes. And when he slaps him across the face, the kid who's been stuck just starts laughing and they run off and they go off and do other activities. I've never seen a resolution like this before.
Sometimes I don't know who you're hanging out with, Paul. Like why are you hanging out with people like this?
I mean, this is, by the way, 100% real. And by the way, whenever
the thing I don't buy is the brother slapping him across the face. Are you sure you didn't make that up?
I swear on my life that when he slapped, I was shocked. We all were shocked, and everyone that was standing around was in a complete like, wait, what just happened there?
Totally how the Joker got his start.
They ran away. And so the funniest thing was when everyone was like calling him names because he was there from some birthday party.
You included?
No, I was just standing there. And I was trying to help him get down. And
but
my
you didn't
son
do anything like throw anything at him or anything like that.
No, I tried to actually help him a few times. But everyone's yelling at names at him. And my son, Vanilla Ice, a sweet, sweet boy, looks up and goes, you'll be so proud of yourself if you can get down that fireman's pole. You're going to feel really good about yourself. And everyone's like, you dumbass, you fucking idiot.
Well, let me ask you this. Were there any good names, any funny names, that were like, oh, that's actually pretty funny?
No, I felt bad for this kid. Like I felt
bad. Of course. No,
and I wasn't looking at the names. And then the kid finally gets down after like this 20-minute shutdown. And then my son runs it. So Molly pop up that one. He gets almost there to the top, almost there, and comes down and goes, and starts limping in a way that's like if you were doing it in a comedy improv class, you'd be like, you know what? Pull back on that leg. Your limp is a little bit too much here. And he goes, oh, and I go, did you get hurt? And the minute I said to him, did you get hurt? Like he registered like, oh, my dad warned me that I could get hurt on this thing. And now did I get hurt? And so he goes, no, I think I'm just having some growing pains.
Oh no.
And I go, you got hurt on the wall. And he's like, no. And so now he's walking with such a limp that we come home. We were supposed to go to a basketball game. He can't go to the basketball game. And this entire week, he's like, yeah, you know what? I think my leg is getting better. I think it's getting better, but I think it's probably just I just think I just need to stretch more because I probably from soccer on Saturday. I go, no, you ran up the wall and you messed up your leg. It happened right after. He goes, I don't think so. So he's not been admitting that he hurt his leg on this wall, and so this entire week he has been like rehabbing himself. And this morning he got up because I barely feel it today. And when he's saying that, I'm like, you still feel it, and it's still
that seems like painful. great way to blow out your Achilles, just because of the shape of it. If you don't get all the way up, you're going to come down, and then your thing is going to extend back the wrong way.
Yeah. It's such a crazy thing. But yeah,
So
anyway.
your question to me is, what would I have done? I think I would have done exactly what the crowd did. I can't resist a great taunting, and when
Yeah.
hearing that story makes me so upset that I wasn't there to join in the taunting of that kid.
I know.
I think that's something.
If my kid wasn't there, I think I would have really served him hard.
No, oh, that's such a bummer. But I mean, it's also just a bummer. Like, is that the culture of that fucking gym? Like, is that why are they like?
By the way, it's just a trampoline place. It's called Sky High. It just they happen.
Yeah,
to have
there's a
ball.
bunch of those. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like I just think it was sort of like the birthday party that he was with, because he was an older kid. Like he was like 11 or 12, and he wasn't coming down that wall.
I just remembered when I was filming the thing with Mark, my best friend Mark Ruffalo.
Oh,
in New York, we shot. I know this much is true in Poughkeepsie, and there's not a lot to do in Poughkeepsie, at least where we were. And I was staying at crappy motel somewhere, and there was just like a one highway that went through town, and I was just like looking for anything to do. And there was one of those trampoline places, and I was like, fuck it, man. It was like a Tuesday afternoon. I didn't have anything to do. I was off work, and I was like, I'm gonna go in this trampoline place and just go nuts by myself and like have a blast. So I went in there, just a full grown man by himself. I was like, hey man, I was like, how do I get going in this thing? And they were like, it's really like a kid birthday party today. We don't have any adults. And I was like, like I couldn't do it. They wouldn't allow me to do it. So then I was so humiliated and embarrassed. So then I they had a batting cage there, and I was like, and I don't play baseball. You know me. I don't really care for baseball at all. But I was like, fuck it. It's something to do. I'm by myself. So I go in there and I like pay my money. I'm like, all right, let's get going with the batting cage. And they go, well, like you need someone to pitch to you. What do you mean? And I was like,
what?
I was like, oh, you guys don't have like one of those machines that just like shoots the ball at me? And they're like, no, sir. This is like for people that like play baseball with their friends. And like you need a buddy to pitch to you. And I was like,
that's on them. That I've never seen that in my life.
Twice in the same day, I just got like completely rejected because I had no one to hang out with.
Oh my gosh. So, I you know what? Like I went to that Sky High. The first time I went to that Sky High, I tore a muscle in my leg.
So many like injuries. Yeah.
It was, and we went and talked to our pediatrician. He's like, he's like, the majority of the injuries I see are from that place, Sky High. He's like, don't put your kids on trampolines. Don't give your kids a trampoline. Don't make them do it. And by the way, I don't want to make fun of this, but it's like at TwitchCon this past weekend, a Twitch streamer, they had like this foam pit, like an American Gladiator
you
foam
sent me
pit.
The video. I know, it's so sad.
They had this foam pit and they were kind of fighting, and she knocks one of the people off like the little pedestal, and the person falls into the foam pit, and she wins. And in her celebration, she does like a jump up and a land.
Yeah.
And they didn't pad the bottom of the foam pit. It was just like a couple of foam bricks, and it was just a cement floor.
It was like I think it was like 2 feet of foam and then the hard floor. And she broke her back, right?
Broke her back in 2 spots. And that will not happen at BossCon.
It will not happen at BossCon. We do need to look at some safety regulations for BossCon because there are tons of people coming. We need to make sure that our food service vendors are preparing food at the right temperature, before they serve it. We certainly don't want to give people diarrhea or any sort of like.
People want to ask us, how can you guarantee that no one will get hurt? It's kind of the same way that Disney, no one's ever died on park property.
As far as you know. Oh no, it was a porn star. Oh,
yes, it was. Yes, yes,
no,
yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that was her.
Is she? I haven't seen the follow up. Is she going to be okay, or
she's getting back surgery? Her back is broken in 2 spots. So I think we'll have to see what happens to her there. A
That's
man
terrible.
alive, rough. I mean, and you know what it is like that's the worst thing because it's like you can see yourself doing that. Like you're like, oh, I'm safe in this place, and that's
Oh,
the
yeah.
problem with the trampoline park too.
You sent me that video and I showed my wife and I was like, this is exactly something I would do. I would be like,
Yep.
all right, I'm assuming this is safe. I'm going to jump into this, and then it's not safe.
Oh, I wanted to talk to you about something actually really important.
Finally, but is this not because we've some people
we got to get to the
emailing
episode,
me? Yeah, we got to get to the episode at some point.
We got to get to the episode. This is Tony starts fires around Connecticut and puts Jonathan in danger. This is the episode where Jonathan gets third-degree burns,
and this is the character Tony, not the actor Tony Danza.
Right? Yeah, Tony Maselli.
Yeah,
not yeah. So Rob, I took a real beat this week. I want to show you these images, these emojis. Take a look at these emojis here.
This story, I think I know where you're going here. And
yeah, all right. So you've seen these, right? Have you used any of these emojis?
Today, I use all of them today. These are the only emojis that I use.
I mean, by the way, I use a lot of these emojis. I use a heart. I use a thumbs up.
Can you explain why these are not acceptable to me? I've read some things about it. I still wasn't sold. I was like, why is this offensive?
So basically,
is it offensive or is it just lame? Well, if it's lame, I get it. Like, yeah, they're lame. They're obvious.
I don't think that they're lame. I mean, how are they even lame? Like, so basically,
I mean, are
Gen
they old?
Z,
it's like an old man thing.
Well,
like,
apparently, Gen Z is saying that when you use, can we see the next slide there, Molly, the thumbs up? When you use the thumbs up, that is being dismissive of a person. It's saying like, gotcha. Yeah.
I mean, okay. I agree. Yes. You get it.
Really?
You look. Not really, but I don't want to fight with you, whoever is feeling this way. So if this hurts your feelings, then I think you're oversensitive and I don't want to be texting with you. So here, take my thumb.
I mean, like the fact that this could set somebody off. Like, and by the way, this is an agreeing emoji. This is an emoji saying like, hey, you got it. I'm on it for you. And then like the next one,
texting is dismissive. If I wanted to fucking talk to you, I would fucking call you. I'm not calling you. I'm texting your dumbass because I don't want to talk to you.
That's
sorry, Paul.
No, I don't want you to get that. I don't want you to get mad like that.
Sorry.
It's really upsetting.
This makes me mad at like 20-year-olds.
I mean, we got so many.
I know that's our audience. I know that's our core audience. And
I mean, look.
But does anyone in the chat for real? Like, am I being insensitive? Is this really a thing where sending someone a thumbs up is somehow offensive to you?
My son beat me up for the thumb upping his science fair project.
Look, if my wife texted me something, hey, I really need to talk to you. I was just in a car accident. I'm okay, but I need you to come get in. I just text her a thumbs up. Yeah, I would totally get it. Something terrible happened and I'm responding with a stupid emoji. That's not appropriate. If
people are saying that like a heart emoji could mean different things depending on the cultural background of the recipient, whether it's approval or happiness, encouragement. I mean, I don't understand how this symbol is going to really, I mean, is this all of a sudden like a flirtation? Is it saying like, I love you? Like, I mean, this is a pretty generic one.
I thought that the only one I thought was possibly offensive was the okay symbol because of its white power thing, whatever, like white nationalists, like
we can show that one.
They, there's a W in there for white power, but I mean, I don't know. I'm not trying to sound like Adam Carolla or whoever, I think we're barking up the wrong tree here.
I mean, like a check mark, is that upsetting to you?
Again, if I told you, Paul, I hate to text this to you, but I just got bad news at the doctor's office. I have cancer, and you sent me a check mark. I would say, hey, man, that's not appropriate.
I got that. I mean, I'll tell you the one that I use a lot, Molly. It's slide 24. This is the one that I use a lot where, my wife, my lovely wife will send me something and, maybe it's a little, are these popping up for you, Molly? Or, okay. Oh, maybe it's not.
The last one I saw was the check.
I'll show you. I have it here. I'll show it on mine. Hold on one second. This is the one that got me. Hold on one second. I'm just gonna share my screen. Okay, here I'll go. Hold on. Yeah, this is gonna be worth it. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. This is the one that I use all the time. And when I saw that this means that I'm old, I was very upset.
I mean, look, I get that it's old.
This one is the one I use all the time. I like whenever I see that, like that is my go-to. Like, I'm uncomfortable in this situation. You just told me, it's like, that majority of my interactions are like, as people are telling me something or like,
yeah.
That doesn't feel old. That just feels like, I don't know. I mean, that's a grimace, I feel like, but it's a yellow-faced grimace. I don't know. I feel like I feel like it's expressive. It tells a story. Like it captures a full emotion.
I thought that when I saw this headline somewhere, I thought like, oh, this is going to be more about the skin tones. Like if you are not black, you shouldn't use the darker skin tones. You should use the lighter skin. I thought that's where it was.
No, it's like this.
It's just
don't
like
cry like that.
Don't.
I don't even know. And it's like, and then, now this, I mean, okay, sure. I mean, like poop. I mean, this is a tricky one.
I feel like this was one of those things where this story came out probably written by AI. And people bid on it, and so it became a big thing.
I totally agree. Like I feel like this is.
I think some stories are just like it's a thing generating it, and it's like not.
It's like all of a sudden they interviewed one person because when you read it, it's like there wasn't like, oh, we did a report at college and we found out this makes you old.
There's no legitimate study that's been documented. Like we did a double-blind study that was done according to these stringent scientific method. It's like, oh, people are really, it's like, what people?
But people are saying that the thumbs up is 100% real. And does anyone have any more information about the thumbs up? But that one I feel like I've used a lot of these old emojis, and it's not even because like, I think that part of it is like they're the oldest emojis, or they feel like they're the oldest emojis. So it's like, oh, you're still using those.
Yeah.
But it's like, part of me is like, yeah, because they're the easiest ones. Those are the ones that came out first because they function well. It's not like I'm like, oh, retro. It's not like the emojis have like upgraded themselves so much. I'm like, oh, I'm not using the chef emoji that much. I'm sorry. I don't have that much reason to ever insert a chef emoji.
Yeah.
I mean, pickleball, I'll do cucumbers. That's what I'll do.
Hey, before I forget, we should have a costume contest on this show before Halloween where we go, if you want to be in the costume contest, you email Molly or whatever on the Discord, Molly will put it up there if we have time, and that's not too much work for her.
Yeah, take a picture. We could also do a post Halloween. So after you've gotten dressed up in costume, you can kind of judge how everything came, whatever you want to do.
Sometimes I like going around and talking to people in their homes because you get to see, what they're like. And, sometimes,
I love that. Rob, we have a lot more to talk about. I just, I don't know if we should get into some of the Who's the Boss stuff. Like, what are some of the big things going on in 1990 when this episode comes out?
We can talk. I can talk. I need to run in about 10.
Oh, okay.
15,
you got it.
But,
no, go. You should run. I mean,
no.
Right.
Because I want to talk about the episode. And I want to talk about whatever else you want to talk about. Now,
I want to show you a little bit of Charles in Charge. I want to just for a second to see, like, we were talking about, this is not the Charles in Charge podcast.
It's not. I don't even know if I could do a recap. I'll try to do a recap of Charles in Charge with the first and last line. If you want to.
Oh yeah, let's see if they even have that. Let's see if we have this. Not a Charles in Charge podcast. Here we go. I'm gonna pop it on my screen right now.
A nanny, right? He's just living with it. This is not his. I don't know the setup of this show.
Okay,
I remember.
The premise of this. Well, this is what was interesting about it. We just saw the kids here. So Charles in Charge was about a young man that was living with a family. Now, originally, the family was a different family. It was this family here. And they so basically, after one season, I guess it didn't work out good enough for them. But the family moved out.
These are the same people.
Well, no. You'll see. You see, they're not. See.
Oh yeah.
Right. So they upgraded the cast. There's the nerdy kid. You'll see, and so it's like they got rid of all the kids. Right. They got rid of Michael Perman. Got out of here. Right. And then so they basically upgraded the entire family.
Yeah.
And then and they swapped them out. So they kept the wife and they kept the grandpa. Now she's in this one. Like there's some switches up. I think they're actually merging all the theme songs.
Okay. Do you want to watch the first line and see what we
Yeah.
think of it?
Let's see. I gotta find a fucking, because we're not gonna do that. This is not a normal.
We're not.
thing.
That's the thing, is we're not a Charles in Charge recap show. I don't think I'll even be able to do it at all. I won't be able to recap the show based on the first line or the last line.
All right, let's see. All right, so here we go. Okay.
That's a different song.
Welcome home, Commander Powell, sir. I'm Charles. Commander Powell, hi. Yo, Commander Powell, it's shaking.
So that's the opening line. Clearly, he's.
Wait, why is his voice like that? Is he doing a fake
I think
voice?
he's trying to impress Commander Powell. So let's see. Let's see what happens.
Excuse me, sir.
How is he able to do that?
I've got this great new campaign slogan that's
No, their voices are slowed down. It's because of copyright issues.
Oh, you're right. That was hilarious. Well, how would you ever want to watch that? I thought he was doing a voice.
But that proves my point. That proves
Yeah.
my point. We're not able to recap this show because of how fucked up and satanic their voices are.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe that they're slowing down. Well, we're gonna get to episodes of
I
Charles.
thought he was doing what you thought. I thought like, oh, he's trying to sound more adult as this military.
Me too. I was like, hi, I'm
Yeah.
Oh my god, that is hilarious. All right, well, yeah. So we'll get back into it. We'll get back into it and make sure that we can talk about that.
I'll say this: if the Charles in Charge con is the same weekend anywhere near Who's the Boss con, I'm gonna lose my shit. I really will, because
Charles in Charge con is run by the whitest kids you know. And they, I'm just don't want to get into it with them yet again. I don't want to, have that rivalry.
The rivalry. No, I really hope that there's not a Charles in Charge con, because I don't want to worry about it. It's just something
that's the
look,
con.
I want to be able to go to the Who's the Boss con and smoke salvia and walk around and get in fights, and dress up in weird furry costumes.
We lock the doors just like that principal back in New York City. Like we lock once you get in, you lock the doors for 24 hours, and then whatever.
Yeah, nobody's getting out.
Rob, I know you have to go, but I will say this: any thoughts on the winner of the Fat Bear competition? We talked about this last.
You know
week.
what? I needed an update on this, and I also need an update on the fish controversy, the pro fishing. My wife told me that the she knew that I was affected by the fishing story, the pro fishermen that were stuffing the weights inside the bellies of the fish. And so she said that the guy was like, he got in like a ton of trouble. I think he's facing some felonies, and it's going to be
wow. All right.
But I didn't have an update on Fat Bear Week, so I'm not sure who won. Who was it?
Well, here it is. 747 won.
Of course he did. Of course he did.
So basically, when you look at this bear, this is a good old fat bear. He's a champion. And look at the size of that body. He's a
now. Do we
901 pounds?
We didn't talk about this last week, but is there? And look, no disrespect to the families, R.I.P. But Grizzly Man, do you remember the documentary Grizzly Man?
Of course I do. Yeah.
Okay. And you know how that ends. If you haven't seen the documentary Grizzly Man, I got a big spoiler for you. Take off your headphones. he gets eaten by a grizzly bear.
Oh, Rob, it's terrible. You should never listen to that. Ever listen.
That's a great Werner Herzog impression.
Thank you, Rob.
Is there any chance that the reason one of these bears is so dang fat is because the grizzly man's inside of him?
I would think that just like every fat bear competition, you got to cut them open and you got to see what's going on. And because unless you'll have a situation like this, like you just talked about, the Ohio duo,
Grand theft.
Grand theft.
Wow.
They were trying to win $30,000.
And he's won. I think he's a big winner. I think he's won for years and years and years. Yeah.
Look at this. They were 1 count each of possessing criminal tools, a felony of unlawful ownership of wild animals, and it's a misdemeanor. And they engaged in conduct designed to corrupt the outcome of an event. And they say like here, like this is let's see where they got they came in first place in the 3 previous Lake Erie Walleye Trail events in June, July, and September. Yeah. And they were given checks for first place. And now they may have to give all this money back.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Because they actually went through they're going through their trailers. Their boat is now being held by the sheriff's department.
You know who else was charged recently? I think yesterday or today. We don't have to go into this, but that guy, did you read that story about there was a guy in Minnesota who spray painted all over his house and his car and his driveway. Trump sucks, Biden 20. He spray painted all this pro Biden, anti-Trump stuff. And the guy's a MAGA guy. So defaced his own house. And then I think burned it down, also burned his house down. Then filed an insurance claim for like $300,000, which they paid. Then his friends started a GoFundMe for him and he got like $75,000 on top of that. Anyway, of course, just came out. He did it himself. There were no Antifa Biden warriors that would spray paint or burn down this guy's house. So he just got charged with whatever. So,
oh my gosh. Oh my, this gets me. I would say the other thing that well, let's not end on a bad note. I think that's a good note to end on. That's it for Thursdays with Rob and Paul. Please like, subscribe, do all the things. Let your friends know that we are doing this show all the time. Plus, Ghost Stories is coming up with Rob Hubel. You don't want to miss out on that. We'll see you soon, everybody. Bye for now.